Oh, you thought Chrisean Rock's chaos ended with baby bottles and blueface beef? Think again. Because tonight, the internet's favorite hurricane just had her deepest, darkest Rolodex leak, and Jaguar Wright is the one reading every single name. Like it's a church roll call for sinners, this isn't gossip, it's digital detonation. The kind of scandal that makes the Kardashians look like quiet librarians and turns Hollywood into a witness protection program overnight. Jaguar didn't whisper. She dropped names with the precision of an FBI informant. And suddenly every rapper, executive, and friend is sweating harder than a preacher on trial. We're talking secret lovers, shady deals, spiritual advisors who clearly need exorcisms, all of it. This list isn't a rumor. It's a wrecking ball swinging straight at the industry's plastic walls. So grab your popcorn, charge your phone, and lock the doors because this leak might just make surviving R. Kelly look like Sesame Street. Welcome to the scandal that'll make your favorite influencer delete every DM they ever sent. Let's rewind the clock a little. Back to when Chrisean Rock still had the internet rooting for her. Before baby bottles turned into broken phones. Before the studio fights and livestream tears became her love language. There was still this wild spark people mistook for innocence. But now, that same spark just set fire to an entire industry because apparently, while the rest of us were arguing about who she'd blocked this week, Chrisean was keeping receipts. A full-blown secret list. Names, screenshots, favors, hookups, hush deals. An entire underground directory of Hollywood hypocrisy. Think of it as a Forbes 30 under dirty. And who's the brave soul that cracked open Pandora's iPhone? None other than Jaguar Wright, the human megaphone of musical mayhem. The woman who treats secrets like souvenirs and whose morning routine seems to be, wake up. Pick a celebrity. Detonate. It started with a cryptic Instagram live. Jaguar sipping tea like it was blessed holy water. Smirking into the camera with that "I've seen too much" stare. She said just one line, "Y'all better pray this list don't drop." 3 hours later, it did. Twitter exploded. TikTok turned into a digital courtroom. Reddit detectives started highlighting connections like FBI agents on Adderall. And every single name Jaguar mentioned suddenly vanished from the internet. Faster than Diddy at a prayer meeting. The list allegedly included rappers, influencers, reality stars, and a few people whose talent is still under investigation. Some names were obvious, the usual suspects who orbit Chrisean's chaos like moths around a flame. But others? People nobody expected. Quiet producers, family friends, the kind of names that make you squint and say, wait, what was he doing there? Jaguar didn't just read names. She read reputations. Out loud, one by one. Each syllable a grenade dodge. She claimed the list was a private file from Chrisean's Notes app, allegedly backed up to a cloud folder by mistake. And the way she described it, it wasn't just who slept with who. It was who's protected who paid what, who silenced which story before TMZ could even hit publish. The list, Jaguar said, proves that half this industry runs on blackmail, baby oil, and Bluetooth speakers, and honestly, at this point, we believe her. Meanwhile, Chrisean stayed silent. Not her usual screaming into the void kind of silence, actual silence. No cryptic tweets, no rants, no Instagram live from her car. Just radio static. That's how you know the storm's real. When Chrisean's quiet, something's brewing so messy it could stain reputations permanently. Then, within hours, a few of the alleged names started posting damage control. One rapper dropped a random "God is good" story, the universal translation for "I'm panicking." Another unfollowed Chrisean faster than a witness avoids a subpoena. And a certain female artist, we won't say her name, but she rhymes with Nicki without the minage, started liking shady posts about fake profits and attention seekers. Now, let's be clear, nobody has confirmed this list actually existed in the physical sense. But in the world of digital scandals, perception is oxygen. Once a rumor circulates, truth becomes irrelevant. All that matters is who's trending, who's denying, and who's deleting their Instagram stories at 3 a.m. And if you've watched Chrisean's rise from viral girlfriend to certified chaos mogul, you know she's been collecting moments. Every scandal, every betrayal, every backroom deal, she remembers. She screenshots. She archives. The girl might throw hands, but she also throws folders into encrypted drives. Jaguar Wright, on the other hand, thrives on weaponizing those memories. She's a self-appointed whistleblower of hip-hop's underbelly, part historian, part executioner. Her track record is wild. She's gone after Diddy, Alicia Keys, Common, Mary J. Blige, even people who weren't in the same zip code as her drama. So when she says she has proof, people either listen or lawyer up. This time, though, it's personal. Jaguar claims she's disappointed in Chrisean, not because of the chaos, but because of who she covered for, according to Jaguar. The list shows Chrisean wasn't just a victim of the industry, she was evolved for it. keeping secrets that could shatter careers. Names of rappers allegedly involved in hidden relationships, producers accused of exploitation, and one particularly famous mogul tied to what she called ritual energy swaps. The internet did what it always does, ran wild. Suddenly, TikTok trothers started matching old photos and timestamps. Fans zoomed into blurry screenshots like forensic scientists. Conspiracy threads popped up faster than AI Drake leaks, and everyone wanted to know what's on that list and why was Jaguar the one who had it. The irony? For years, people mocked Chrisean for being too messy, too emotional, too unfiltered. Turns out, that same chaos energy might have made her one of the most dangerous women in entertainment. Because when you have receipts, real receipts, you don't need power. The fear of exposure becomes your power. Meanwhile, inside the industry, phones were lighting up like Christmas in a panic attack. PR teams scheduling emergency reputation meetings, lawyers drafting cease and desist templates, and every publicist in Hollywood praying their client's name wasn't typed next to leaked. Jaguar's final words at night sealed it. The truth ain't gonna hide forever. The list was never the problem, the lies were. Mic drop, live ends. Internet implodes. And just like that, Chrisean Rock's name went from trending for breakups to trending for betrayal. The next morning, blogs had headlines like "Who's on the list?" and Jaguar vs. Chrisean, the receipt war. Some claimed the list was fake. Others swore insiders confirmed its existence. But one thing's for sure. Jaguar Wright made sure nobody was sleeping peacefully in the industry that night. By now, the chaos wasn't just rumor fuel. It was a wildfire with fan accounts adding gasoline. Hashtags like #Chrisean list, #Jaguar leaks, and #industry exposed flooded timelines. People were posting memes of celebrities sweating in saunas captioned, "Me waiting to see if my fave is on the list." What started as one leaked screenshot have mutated into a full-blown cultural event. The kind of scandal that doesn't just trend, it transforms reputations. Because when Jaguar speaks, the internet doesn't check sources. It checks vibes. And the vibe that night? Straight up Judgment Day. By the next sunrise, social media looked like a war zone. Influencers were deleting old photos like witnesses burning evidence, and podcasts across every platform were screaming exclusive tea, like it was breaking news from CNN. But the thing about Jaguar, right? She doesn't throw a match and walk away. She stands there to watch it burn with a smile. Hours after the first explosion, she went live again. This time, she looked unbothered, sipping from a mason jar like it was the blood of the music industry. She said, "They thought I was bluffing. Baby, I ain't playing Jenga with these demons. I'm knocking down the whole tower." And then, she read more names. The internet froze. Because suddenly, this wasn't just Chrisean Rock's secret list. This was a full-on directory of celebrity sins. And everyone wanted to know who'd sinned the loudest. One of the names? A reality star from a very popular VH1 show who's been rebranding herself as a spiritual healer. Another, a Grammy-winning rapper who built his entire image on family values. Jaguar said, "You can't preach God and sleep with the devil in the same week." And the comments section practically caught fire. Screenshots spread faster than wildfire in a gossip forest. TikTok users started playing detective with grainy clips, matching tattoos and bedroom furniture. It was like CSI Hollywood edition. Meanwhile, Chrisean finally broke her silence. In a now-deleted post, she wrote, "Y'all think y'all know everything, but don't even know who's sitting next to who in the dark. Keep playing with my name. I must show y'all how receipts lookin' for K." Translation: the girl's got ammo and she's not afraid to use it. Fans lost their minds. Was Chrisean confirming the list's existence or denying it with flair? Either way, the message was clear: this wasn't over. Not by a long shot. Now, here's where things took a left turn straight into Scandal Valley. Apparently, a few insiders began leaking that Jaguar didn't just stumble across the list. She was given it. Not hacked, not found, not stolen, given. By someone inside Chrisean's camp who had enough of the madness. Think about that, betrayal from within the chaos. It's like watching two hurricanes argue over who's windier. People close to Jaguar claim she wanted to purify the industry. But fans weren't buying the holy angle. One viral comment said, "Jaguar don't want to heal nothing. She just likes watching rich people sweat." And honestly, that might be her superpower. Because every time she opens her mouth, half the industry checks into silence rehab. But the fallout hit fast and brutal. The name stars started clapping back, some through cryptic posts, others through PR teams that suddenly learned how to use commas in panic. One R&B singer posted a Bible verse about bearing false witness, another dropped a suspiciously timed song titled "Clean Hands," and yet another celeb, who's been quiet for years, suddenly started posting throwback pics like a digital alibi. Memes followed. Oh, the memes. Someone edited a fake movie poster titled The List, starring Chrisean Rock and Jaguar Wright, based on true events allegedly. Another had a photo of Diddy hiding behind a curtain, with the caption, "Plot twist, he wrote the list." Even 50 Cent chimed in because of course he did. He posted on Instagram, "Jaguar out here doing more investigations than the FBI. Somebody get her a badge." The post hit 2 million views in under an hour. Suddenly, everyone wanted to play both sides. Fans didn't know whether to crown Chrisean a whistleblower or a villain. Some said the list exposed the real Hollywood. Others said Jaguar was just stirring poison. Either way, views skyrocketed, followers tripled, and the internet was addicted. Behind the scenes, though, things got ugly. Rumor has it, certain networks started scrubbing clips of Chrisean from upcoming episodes. Some brands paused partnerships until further clarity. One executive allegedly told his assistant, "No more Chrisean mentions. We're not risking lawsuits over a list." And Jaguar? She doubled down. She went on a podcast and said, "They can't silence me. I've seen their files. I've read their demons. I know who sacrificed who to get that Grammy." That single line broke the internet again. Because it wasn't just about names anymore. It was about motives. Suddenly, this story wasn't just celebrity gossip, it had evolved into industry indictment. She spoke about ritual events, energy trades, contracts signed in silence, and favors that cost souls, not dollars. People laughed at first, but then she started naming locations, dates, and initials. That's when everyone stopped scrolling. By this point, Chrisean's silence became suspicious. No lies, no clapbacks, no music drops. Fans started calling it the calm before the career storm. And when she finally reappeared on a live stream, face serious, no makeup, no filter, she said one chilling sentence, "Y'all want truth? Don't cry when it's uglier than your favorite's PR team." The comment section froze. Then came the aftermath, the fallout nobody could have predicted. First, blogs started noticing patterns. Several of the people mentioned in Jaguar's readout went ghost online. Deleted pages, canceled shows, even postponed appearances due to personal matters. Coincidence? Not in this economy. Then came the unseen hands. PR insiders claiming they'd been offered hush money to bury keywords connected to the scandal. Some alleged that blogs were being threatened with lawsuits for even mentioning the word list. But the public wasn't having it. Screenshots had already traveled, backups were everywhere, and fan accounts were archiving like librarians of doom. Once something hits the internet, it's not gossip, it's digital graffiti, permanent. Meanwhile, Jaguar's name shot up again. Interviews, live streams, exposes. Some called her brave, others called her bitter. But everyone agreed on one thing, she wasn't lying about the chaos. One journalist compared her to a human polygraph with no off button. Behind closed doors, though, industry insiders were terrified. Chrisean's list, real or not, became a symbol of exposure. It reminded everyone that no secret in this digital age stays buried for long, and that in the era of screenshots, even silence can sound guilty. A few insiders started whispering that the list might have been part of something bigger. An upcoming documentary Jaguar was planning called Unholy Alliances. If true, this leak wasn't accidental. It was marketing warfare. If so, it worked because within a week, YouTube was flooded with think pieces. Chrisean's list explained, Jaguar Wright's exposed timeline, the dark side of the industry. Each video racked up millions of views. The internet didn't just consume the scandal, it fed on it. But here's where the real twist landed. A so-called rebuttal list appeared online, supposedly from sources close to Chrisean, naming Jaguar's own skeletons. Past affairs, broken friendships, unpaid debts, even studio meltdowns. The message was clear. The hunted had become the hunter, and suddenly, both women were locked in a digital duel. Two strong, unpredictable forces airing each other's dirt like televised karma. Jaguar responded with surgical precision. If they're making lists now, good. Let the truth multiply. The internet exploded again. Fans picked sides like it was a boxing match. Hashtag Team Jaguar versus hashtag Team Chrisean. But here's the thing. While everyone argued, the real story wasn't about who leaked what. It was about why these leaks hit so hard. Because underneath the gossip, the spectacle, and the viral memes, there's a mirror. The entertainment industry thrives on illusion. But when people like Jaguar and Chrisean start throwing open the curtains, you see the rot behind the glitter. The unpaid dancers. The hidden abuse. The price of silence. That's why this scandal matters, not just for clicks, but for truth. And yet, both women are walking paradoxes. Jaguar exposes everyone, but keeps her own chaos and mystery. Chrisean preaches loyalty while dragging enemies through public mud. It's like watching two reflections throw stones at the same mirror. Still, one can't deny, they've changed the narrative. No more industry secrets. No more hush-hush. Every scandal, every DM, every deal in smoke-filled rooms now feels like a countdown to exposure. And maybe, just maybe, that's the chaos we need, because for all the drama, the one thing this saga proved is that the truth, no matter how messy, ugly, or unbelievable, always finds a way out. Jaguar said it best during her final stream: "You can delete the post, but you can't delete what you did," and somewhere, deep in her silence, Chrisean probably agrees. And there you have it, a scandal so radioactive it could power every gossip blog for the next decade. The so-called secret list that turned Chrisean Rock from a walking headline into Hollywood's human confession booth, and Jaguar Wright into the industry's most dangerous echo. Now the only question left is, who's lying? Who's scared, and who's next? Because whether you believe Jaguar's crusade or think this is just another circus under the influencer big top, one thing's undeniable: these receipts didn't fall from heaven. They were dropped with purpose, with precision, and with just enough smoke to make the truth smell expensive. So before the next leak hits and your timeline catches fire again, make sure you're here for it, because you already know. The next episode of this chaos drops faster than a rapper's apology statement. Smash that like button like it owes you hush money. Drop a comment with the name you think is really hiding behind that list. I'm reading every single one. And of course, subscribe, because this channel doesn't just spill tea, we flood the whole table. If you thought the story was wild, wait until you see what's brewing next week. The next leak might make this one look like Sunday school. Until then, keep your screenshots ready, your notifications on, and your popcorn refilled. Because in this industry, the truth doesn't knock. It kicks down the door. Knock. It kicks down the door.